On to part 4 of how I ended up slapping my roommate and the vibes afterwards. Ooh, y'all, this is juicy.
Goddamn. Mama taught me good home training. My daddy taught me how to love my haters. My sister told me I should speak my mind. My man made me feel so goddamn fine.
So immediately after the slap, me and Ellen started to like kiki it kind of again, but like in a non-chill way. Like we'd only hang out if the rest of the girls were there. We were not hanging out with each other alone. It was just not going down anymore. But I started to get really close with her roommate. So one night while me and her roommate are hanging out, we decided that we wanted to try edibles. Now I never had an edible before, and she was going to be the first person to ever give me one and experience it with me, and I felt really safe with her. So I was like, yeah, this is going to be a great idea. Ellen decided she would not take an edible, okay? You guys remember that. So me and the roommate decided to take the edible or whatever. We're chilling, we're hanging out, waiting for it to kick in. It's my first time ever taking weed or anything like that. So I was really nervous. I was like, oh shoot, like what's gonna happen? But I was also like really excited because I was geeked that I was able to try something new. Like I really wanted to go to college and experience something, and this is what I wanted to experience. Now Ellen was kind of just sitting and chilling, like she wasn't really paying attention to us much, and she was debating on whether or not she wanted to take the edible. And we were like, maybe you shouldn't if you're so nervous about it. Plus her religious views, she said that, you know, it might be not okay with her God. So we were like, okay babe, maybe don't take it, right? So maybe after an hour of us on this edible, we're kind of chilling, we're starting to laugh a little bit more, and Ellen decides she also wants to take the edible now. So we're looking at her like, are you sure? And she goes, absolutely yes, let me take the edible with y'all. And at the same time, other girls come home. Now let me be very clear, okay? That edible was a 5 milligram. It was not strong whatsoever. I took it, got up, and came down almost immediately after, all right? So keep that in mind. Ellen takes her edible and the other girls get home, and we also share some edibles with them too. So now we're all kind of chilling. They already came back kind of smacked, so we were like, all right, so that edible's gonna really hit y'all. But everybody was chilling. We all go into the other girls' room. We're having a good time. We're all telling laughs and jokes, and it was really funny. Like I was having a great time, you guys. I was like, damn, this is what it's gonna be like to get lit with these guys. Like I cannot wait for the year. I'm really geeked, you know what I mean? I was like, Ellen's acting fine. She's just kicking in with the other girls more than anything. I'm getting really close with the roommate. I'm like so happy. Yeah, that was about to change. So all of a sudden, after we start cracking jokes and we're all laughing, we're all kicking it up, Ellen just starts talking shit about me, literally out of nowhere. And the whole room paused, right? Suddenly she just goes, oh my God, Kamari is so fucking full of herself. Like, I'm so sick and tired of this. Like, doesn't Kamari just act like she's so full of herself? Like, isn't this ridiculous? And we all paused and looked at each other like, what is going on? Like, the shit she was saying, me and her roommate locked eyes and was like, is she talking about me right now while I'm right here? What the hell is going on? So even the other girls are looking at each other like, and we're now all 4 of us are having this like connected moment of like, oh my God, Ellen's losing her goddamn mind. To be honest with you guys, like that shit was so out of pocket that we all actively had to blank it out of our minds in order to continue living with her for the rest of the year. Part 2 is already up. Part 2, the rest of the vibes after I slapped my roommate. So of course, after Ellen said that about me, everybody in the room had to look at each other and decide like, okay, are we about to say something to Ellen or what? So then one of the other girls of the room that we're in, she goes, Ellen, yo, like you need to chill. Like that's pretty damn reckless for you to be saying that like that. And she's like, oh, no. We're like, maybe you should go to bed. I ended up having to treat this girl like a literal baby and being like, yeah, maybe you should go to bed. You know what I mean? She's like, oh, you know, it's the weed that's making me say that. And we're like, obviously not, because we're all lit right now. None of us are saying mean shit about each other in the room we're in right now. Like, you're just bugging. Plus, she hadn't been on the edible for less than 10 minutes. How was the edible making you tweak out and say mean shit about people when you're over here not even lit yet? What the fuck? This blush eats. Like, what? So Ellen, roommate, gets up and goes, all right, you know what? Let's put you to bed, Ellen. Like, come on, let's go, right? We grab Ellen, put her to bed, and we all get back in the room, and we're like, that was a lot. Like, that was a little weird. Then suddenly we hear a freaking knock on the door, yo. And y'all not about to believe what the hell she just said. She knocks on the door and then opens it and goes, oh my God, guys, I think when I was high, I completely forgot what I said. Like, oh my God, like, what happened? And we're like, this girl is crazy. She tried to come back in to lie and act like she was now not high anymore. And I was like, no, what happened is you went in that room and got real remorseful because what you did was rude and disrespectful and real stupid. Now everybody looking at you like, what the hell's wrong with her? Because mind you, this is still the first like 3 weeks of school. Nobody knows nobody. Now, this is honestly where the night took a turn for the literal worst, because she came back in the room fully. Now she's talking about herself and talking bad about herself. Like, it was so weird. We explained to her, like, we know how an edible works. Like, we know that it doesn't last, like, 10 minutes. And then suddenly you're back to normal and you're apologizing for the shit you said hi. A lot of people do not have to apologize for the shit they said hi because they don't usually say mean shit when they're high. All of a sudden, we're all talking again, and she starts going on a tangent talking about some, please, you guys, I don't want you thinking I'm a terrorist. And we're like, where is this about to go? Because this is crazy. I'm gonna say this loud and clear for the people in the back. Nobody has any discrimination around anybody. We were all women of color. We were all people with very specific religions, and we all respect each other in this space. Nobody had a problem with nobody, okay? Even better, we didn't know each other because it was still the beginning of school. Ellen keeps yelling, going, oh my God, please guys, don't think I'm a terrorist. Don't think I'm a terrorist. And we're like, please, Ellen, what the hell are you talking about? Like, we don't know what you're talking about. Can you explain? And she's like, I just don't want you guys thinking about me in a bad light. I just don't want you to think that way. And then she switched and started making jokes about herself being a terrorist. Part 3 is already up. Part 3 of what happened after I slapped my roommate. Now, to be honest with y'all, Ellen is bugging the heck out. She's going on this tangent about herself. And then one of the girls goes, you know, you're not a terrorist, but you know, you're kind of acting kind of wild like one right now. Like, what the fuck are you doing, right? Making a very passive ass joke. I'm not sure if that's what she said word for word, but it was very much like a, girl, you're just bugging right now. Nobody knows what the hell you're talking about. Remember, this is also the same girl that defended me earlier. So she goes, oh, are you calling me a terrorist? Fine, I'm gonna report you to the RA. So we all start laughing because we're thinking she's joking because obviously we're all lit right now. So of course you're not about to go report nobody because then she'd also get her roommate in trouble too, right? So then of course not. Ellen literally bolts for the door, opens it so fast. We're all shook and looking at her because you know how stoners be when maybe things are happening too fast. You just be looking like, you know what I'm talking about? And she runs to the RA door. Now, I told you guys before that we have an RA in our suite. So I was like, she did not just go grab and wake the RA up out her sleep. Mind you, because it's like damn near almost midnight. Now we're hearing the conversation at the RA's door. And she's like, yes, one of the girls is calling me a terrorist. And I can't understand what's going on. Like, they're bullying me for my religious beliefs. And I just can't understand. And she starts crying. And we're like, oh my God, she really wanted to grab the RA. Now, of course, her roommate is pissed the fuck off. I mean, she was so mad. Because, of course, if you get the RA and then she figures out that we're all, on edibles and shit, the girl's gonna get in trouble. So she's like, you don't get back here. And so the RA comes to the door. Now she's in our face and she's looking at us like, what's going on? Who's bullying who? I don't accept bullying in this room, in this suite. I'm not gonna take it. Meanwhile, me and her looking at each other like, you know damn well that there's been bullying going on in this damn suite. We're like, yo, no, she's joking, bro. She's joking. Like, because she has to be joking right now because we are all looking at her pissed as hell. So then she switches up. And that's one of the things she always did. She always switched up real quick no matter what the situation was going on. If she realized that people weren't going to like her because of the things she did, she'd switch up. She goes, oh, no, I'm sorry. Like, I was just joking. It was just a joke. I didn't mean to wake you up out your sleep. Like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. Like, they were just joking around. Like, I was just kidding. And the RA's like, are you sure? Because I can report them and get them in trouble. And she's like, no. I'm serious. So the RA heads back to her room. She's like, okay, if you don't want to report them, you know, I can't do anything about it. And she was like, yeah, no, I don't. Like, it's okay. Goes back into her room. She comes and she goes, oh my God, I'm sorry, guys. Like, sometimes edibles really make me act crazy. We all look at her and go to bed now. We're all pissed. Like, come on now, are you serious? She heads to bed because we're so sick and tired of this, and we all collectively decide that we're never, ever giving her an edible, cannabis, anything ever the hell again. I was like, yeah, you're done, you're canceled, you're forgotten, girl, because what the hell was that? Yeah, that whole moment was so next level. So clearly the vibes were not okay after I slapped her. But that's the final story time, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the look.